Welcome back to the World Champions of Musical Chairs. I, Thionite, am your host today, and in the lead we have this incredible paragon of a Celestrian, Dynne. He's leading the charge all around this marvelous final throne. Our last three contenders, Charles the Mage, Bolts the Thief, and Nuts the clinically insane priest, who's always going on eternally chasing bolts, but never quite reaching them. Who will get the chair? No one, because you can't sit in chairs. It's quite large. It's bigger than my body. It's not technically a chair. It barely constitutes a throne. It needs a higher headboard. Anyway, welcome back. Thionite plays Dragon Quest IX. On the last episode, we got Puff Puff from a demon devil, and that was fun. We also, found clothes. Wayfarer's bandana? Nuts has a bandana. It's red and stylish. Anyway, we successfully sent the White Knight on to his eternal, peaceful, final slumber, and, you know, that's great. Now we can go back. Where do we actually... Hold on. Hold the phone and the horses and all of the stops and measures. How do I get out of here quickly? Can I get out of here quickly? Because... we kind of booked it to Brigadoon. We kind of got here as fast as we could because we wanted to make progress, and while that is good and, you know, necessary, there is a bunch of stuff that we kind of overlooked on the way over here. Least of all, these barrels with $4. Man, don't we just love $4? Did we fight the Cure Slimes? I feel like we did. Go away, Blinksters. We're not in the mood for musical jams. No, go away, please. Leave me alone. I need to fight some of the enemies outside and explore the clouds without touching the clouds. Luckily for us, that shortcut out is pretty good. Right. We never did explore in any way, shape, or form meaningfully Doomingale Forest, and I definitely want to explore this area. Specifically, the two plateaus to the northeast and the northwest. Those are definitely things that I want to do. And, of course, we need to fight some of the enemies around here because we haven't actually got a chance to fight any of these dudes because we, just, like I said, booked it over here. So, the very first one that we're going to fight and talk about, yes, words, they escape me, is this guy. What's your name? Something Bower or something? What are you? The Bodkin Fletcher. The Bodkin Bower. Bower. That comes later. But for this dude, this guy's blue. Purple? He's wearing blue. Lots of people wear blue today. In an extremely strange fit of evolution, the Bodkin Fletcher is guaranteed to become archers, because the bow that they are holding is, in actuality, one of their limbs. I want to make it clear that it is not an external tool that they have made. It is a part of their biology that gets bigger and stronger as they age. Through the act of repeatedly firing arrows, this appendage becomes tougher than steel in many long-lived Fletchers. And luckily for us, we're still pretty good on all of our health, so we can deal with these guys relatively quickly. And by relatively quickly, I mean pretty much instantaneously. We are extremely powerful people. Extremely powerful. $44, nice. I do want as many dollary dues as I can get my hands on, because having more money... Ram Raider. Oh, it's time for Ram Ranch. And more Bodkin. Oh, and they strike before we can prepare. They're raising their tension. That is something that they can do. Bodkin Fletchers can raise their tensions, and that will allow them to get critical hits far more easily. Luckily for us, we can do Hot Lick on the giant ram and try and cook him. Hopefully we can get through his thick hide, and if we can't, we can take his horns. Maybe. Ram Raiders are bulletproof and immune to sword strikes. They have such a densely packed musculature system and bones that nothing would ever be able to penetrate them. Hunters have tried for generations to find a way to incorporate these beasts into their cooking, due to the indescribably delicious taste when licked, but thanks to their super dense biology, they can never be carved up and cooked. Spells? Let's just do Frizz. Bolts, you could just attack, and Nuts, you can do Mercurial Thrust. Lightning Speed. Lightning Speed, Captain Nuts. Thank you for firing the arrow. You have successfully destroyed Bolts' concentration. How dare you be faster than me, you 17 damage. Well, that's the power of having increased tension, I imagine. You do crazy damage. Take my fireball. I haven't brushed my teeth in like 16 years. As a Celestrian, we don't actually accumulate plaque on our teeth as the mortals do, so we never actually need dental work. It's one of those weird human exclusive inventions that Celestrians just find very strange. But that's neither here nor there, because we can destroy everyone so quickly and easily. Poke. Oh no, it too can raise its tension. It doesn't matter though, because it is dead. I have buried the Ram Raider and gotten experience and $100. Nice, we love $100. Oh, another Fletcher. We don't care about the Fletchers. We don't care about you guys anymore. I no longer have to fight any of you ever again. Oh, I need, hopefully there's more than one. A mass of manky mud. That's fantastic. I kinda wish there was more than a single bit, but that's not super important. I only needed one. That location that we just got that piece of manky mud is where you can find an ever-increasing amount of manky mud. That is where you need to go if you want manky mud for purposes that we'll probably get to today. We'll probably be able to figure out... Ooh, brownies. Not the food. These dudes. These dudes are, brownies. Did we fight brownies before? I feel like we fought brownies before. Have we? I don't think we have. Maybe we have? No, we didn't. Roll the clip. The humble brownie, despite its stature, is one of the most powerful, terrifying, and awe-inspiring creatures that exist in all the realms. Or, well, it would if any of them could ever live up to their inherent potential. Possessing limitless, planet-shattering magical power might normally be quite the boon. However, the brownie has chosen to live in peace, side by side with mortals. Typically, brownies choose to walk simple paths through life as construction workers and statue carving artists. Ooh, 3 enemies. This is a perfect opportunity for me to show off Whoosh. You'll see that based on the description, look at this. Whoosh slices a group of enemies with a small whirlwind. 3 MP cost, which is not terrible at all in any shape or form. But you may notice that it doesn't target all enemies. I can either target the brownie or both of the Bodkin Fletchers. This is because even if enemies come in like multiple groups, if there's more than a single enemy in any given fight, they're not always grouped in their entirety. So if you, in a situation like this, with the brownies and the Bodkin Fletchers, they're not the same group of enemies. They're 2 individually distinct groups. Normally this has like no effect on the actual combat system itself if you're attacking individually. It's just turn-based. But when it comes to multi-hit moves, typically, I don't want to say every single time because I'm 99% certain that's not the case, but typically, enemies of the same species will be in the same groups. So if we had 4 enemies in this, let's just say we added a Ram Raider, one of the big rams, that would almost certainly constitute as a 3rd enemy type. So it would be the brownie, the Ram Raider, and 2 Bodkin archers. So since they're all multiple species of enemies, they would have each of their own group. But if we had a group of 4 Bodkin Fletchers, then it would be 1 group of 4. So for multi-hit moves, that's what you got to be aware of, but for normal standard combat, it's nearly meaningless. There are probably circumstances where it is meaningful, but I don't know what they are. So I'm just gonna go with the Fletcher for you. I'm gonna go for this and Nuts. I'm gonna have you heal Bolts because Bolts is not doing too good. So that's fine. They are pretty quick, which is fine. We'll get some more levels and quickly outpace all of them. 33 damage, that's pretty nice. Glad for that. Nice little heal, gets us up to 60. Ooh, this is another mechanic. This is perfect. Enemies like the Bodkin Fletcher, Bodkin specifically, they can do, they have the ability to summon allies, which is inconvenient if you're, if you don't have a handle on the fight. However, as you saw, we did do damage to all 3. Because this is just reinforcing my own advice and knowledge about the game, because they're all Bodkin Fletchers, they handle the same as any other, or like, they're in the same group language. Hopefully my explanation makes sense if I can actually get the damn words out. All of you, go for this. Mercurial Thrust, go for you. Lightning Speed, 15 damage, that's fine. Bolt Attacks gets rid of 1, that's good. Whoosh, that'll take care of one of the other ones, and then Charles can have Frizz. Please leave Bolts or Nuts alone. Oh, they can envenomate me? I did not realize. Although, they are purple, so it makes sense that purple monsters would be able to poison me. But we did get a lot of money, and I will take that. Do we have spells? Who has Squelch? Bolts, you don't typically use magic, so you can heal Nuts. Fantastic. No longer poisoned. He says, standing in a literal pool of poison. Leave me alone. What was that thing over there? More ram rate? No, I don't want to fight. Please leave me alone. The next, do we fight you guys? Yes. I don't think, we need to find one of those skeletons. We never, right, there was one skeleton that we saw outside of Brigadoon. How do I get down? Oh, down south a little bit. You can tell where the stairs are based on the tiny slopes on the map. So, those represent slopes. We need to get out of this poison. Poison is dangerous. Deadly, deadly dangerous. Let's go up to the north platform first. I think there's something important up here, although I don't really remember. No, don't touch me. Leave me alone, leave me alone. What is this? There's something. Ooh, a mini medal. I knew there was something important up here. I'm fairly certain, I'm 99% certain, although I might be incorrect. I don't think I am. But normally, items that sparkle on the ground like that respawn. I don't believe the same is true for mini medals. I'm fairly certain if you run into situations like that where there are mini medals on the ground, that's I'm 99% certain that's a one-time thing. So that's fine. Dynne, you can heal. Actually, I'm gonna have Nuts heal you because you have good attack power. Charles, you could do Frizz. Bolts, you can attack. Oh, I didn't mean to attack with that. That's fine. We'll kill it before it does anything. Hopefully. Probably? We can only hope. Come on, Bolts. Oh, there we go. Flawless. Everyone is fantastic. Perfect, 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 perfect. 30 gold. Ooh, a treasure chest. Sleeping Hibiscus. I believe that's the common drop for those things. I believe they also have a chance to drop beast hides, but it's been a while since I made their entry into the bio bestiary. That's what that's called. Skeleton, I need to fight you. Come here, Skeleman. Wait, did I fight you before? I feel like I fought you in Brigadoon, didn't I? Right, because I needed an expert on corpses. All right, that's fine. Attack. Well, you do Sprizz. Sprizz? Frizz. Not Sprizz. I wanted to heal. Spell. That, spell, the SP of spells combined with Frizz. Can you just heal Dynne, please? 31 damage. Everyone is so powerful. Bolts is probably more powerful against the undead because I believe I gave her a divine dagger. I'm fairly certain they get a tiny boost to damage against undead creatures, but I could be wrong about that. I don't think I am, though. I'm fairly certain that's all of the enemies. Can I get up here? Is there anything over here? I don't think there is. What is that thing? Oh, that's a brownie's hammer. I'm like, is that like a tornado dude? There are tornado dudes, but oh, don't touch me. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm fairly certain that's all of the enemies out here. I don't think there were a lot of extra enemies. I think it was only like the 2 or the 3 that we showed, which is fine. That's very good. And now that we're out of this, let's do... There is actually also another area I want to check out for more item spawns. Northeast, I believe, of the city of Zier. Let me look at my map. Is it around here? I don't think it is. No, I don't believe it is. I don't think it's around here. If I remember my map correctly, it might be later on. I think it's later on. I'm just confused. I confuse myself so easily. Anyway, that's fine. Now that all of that is done, let's organize our items. I don't know if I ever showed this off, but if you organize your items, here, I can show this off better. If I go into like every character you have, your main character and any helpful party members that you may create, they have their own bag that can contain 10 items apiece, I believe. Because that's 3 medicine, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 7. I think it has 10. It doesn't matter. You can have a certain amount of items just in your bag, like your personal bag. So like Dynne has a bunch, Charles has nothing, Bolts has nothing, Nuts has nothing. Any enemy that drops an item or any items that you pick up will go into the bag of the character who picks it up first, and then it'll go downwards per character. So if Dynne's bag fills up, then it'll go to Charles. Charles fills up, goes to Bolts, and then to Nuts. And then when all of your characters' bags are filled up, it goes automatically into the bag. But if you want to have a certain amount of stuff in, because the reason why I bring this up and the reason why it's important, because in combat, I am fairly certain the only items you'll be able to use are the ones on your person. So if you want to have the ability to use medicinal herbs in combat, you're going to need to have them on your person. So that's where organized items comes into play. So if you do the whole party, organized items of the whole party, put all of your party's unimportant, unequipped items in the bag. That is definitely something you want to do relatively often, or you can do it individually. And what that does is it basically moves all of the items that are not important out of your personalized bags and into the bags, so you can reallocate, resort, and have a firmer grasp on what you're actually holding on to, which is a good thing because, you know, otherwise you'll have a bunch of coagulant in fights, and that's not important. Or, well, you know, Chimera Wings, and those are useless, so it's fine. And you can also subsort in these inventories. You can sort by type, and you can sort by name. So if you know the name of a thing that you have, you can sort by name and go alphabetically and be like, I know exactly what it is. Or if it's by type, you can go by type as well. So there's that. I'm going to shut up and take a Chimera Wing all the way back and go to Stornway. We need to give the news of our success with the princess. Mona? I'm just as bad as the White Knight. Ooh, coagulant. I need an ever-increasing amount of this stuff. Give me more. Give me more. It's not super important. Coagulant's not super important, but it is good to have. It's always good to have. And since it's the middle of the night, is it? No, I think it's day. I think it technically just rolled over. Anyway, I need to heal regardless, so I am going to take a good night's sleep. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to streamline my process a bit better. Forget that I went in there. It's not important to the canon timeline. Not yet, at least. Break the pot. I need to break pots. Medicinal herb. Nice. I need more of those. I want to check something super quick. Just super quickly, I want to check something. Hello, my friend, weapon shop. How much divine daggers? There's 640. 640. I didn't know Charles could have knives. As a mage, he can have knives. I did not know that. Or, well, I feel like I did. It's just a lot of times, my brain just does not compute. Medicinal herbs, more things that I don't have to buy, which is good. Anyway, 640, that's fine. Right, okay, so it is the middle of the day. You're the White Knight's horse. Is this a living horse? Because, like, if it was a dead horse, it would have gone to the spirit world with the White Knight. Nay. Nay. Okay, can we play musical chairs with a horse? Oh my god, can I keep him as a pet? I would love to have a pet. I can ride him. I can take him. We don't have enough horses for everyone else. Can they run fast enough to keep up with an undead horse? I'll have to speak with the king. Maybe I can finance a royal stable for him or something. King! King, I've done that which you have asked of me. I have solved all of the problems. Queen, are you still crying? Dynne, without you. Oh god, she's still crying. Oh, don't worry, these are happy tears. Oh, well, okay, cool. It's thanks to you that the three of us can live in peace again. Thank you so much. God, we're going to need to draw an entire moat into this castle just so she can keep herself hydrated. Simona, are you changed out of your garish white robes? I'm in a lot of trouble with Father for sneaking off to that castle without telling anyone. What about those two guards that you brought? You definitely told them. He and Mother both cried with relief when they saw I was back safely, though, so I suppose I'm really lucky. They're probably just concerned about your well-being, and they're glad that you're back, even though I don't know how you did it, but you technically undertook the duties of a guardian. I can make you my tertiary left-hand woman in the Protectorate. You can be my eyes and ears in Stornway. as I expand the reach of my ever-expanding flock, it used to be just Angel Falls. Well, I mean, a long time ago. It used to just be that one single shrub in Angel Falls, and then Aquila was just like, try the hill around the shrub. And I'm like, these are a lot of flowers that I need to take care of. But then a few centuries later, and boom, I was the guardian of the entirety of Angel Falls. I did have to rely on him for that one outbreak of dysentery, but that, you know, it's Angel Falls. It's extremely prone to bouts of dysentery, but, you know, just because it shrank by like 80% of the population over the tenure of my guardianship does not mean I am a substandard guardian, Simona. I am an incredibly... If I was not a top-tier guardian, would I be able to send off a centuries-old, forgotten, wasted spirit out in the wastes? No. The White Knight never would have gotten peace without me and you. I mean, I'm not going to diminish your contributions. I'm just saying... You wouldn't have even known that he existed if it wasn't for me. So we both did our parts. That's why I'm giving you, like, the tertiary left hand and eye of myself in Stornway. You can be the guardian in my stead, because apparently you're good with sending off souls, I think. You've done so much for us, Dan. I really can't thank you enough. You can thank me by giving me money and or valuable goods. We'll never forget about you, even when you're far away on your travels. Maybe you could set up a stipend so I don't have to pay for any kind of goods or services in Stornway. If I could just have an endless... Well, not endless. I'm not going to take advantage. Not overly much. But if you can, like, settle my tab with Aaron, like, if you could just set up, like a tab. Because it's only 12 gold a night. You're a king. You're a queen and a princess. Your royal coffers should... stretch on for miles. 12 gold every so often is paltry. Drops in a bucket. Fine, King Scott. I better get paid for my services rendered. Ah, it's you, Dynne. Good to see you, laddie. Simona's told me everything. Sounds like that White Knight was having a tough old time of it. I feel a wee bit guilty in hindsight. Well, you know what they say about hindsight. It's a bridge that, you know, you can tell whether or not you burned it or not. I don't know why humans talk about numbers when they're talking about eyesights, because, like, it's 20, 20, 10, 20, 30, 20. I mean, the only something 20, 20, 20 the only 2020 I know is that scary animatronic game that Aquila got really fond of for like 6 years straight. I have no idea what the appeal of that was, but like he was addicted to it. Something about, I don't know, dead kids? It just seemed as if he was living out a fantasy. So many years of protecting children, he probably just wanted to get some kind of dark thoughts out. Probably a decree from Apis Major. Darkness grows in your heart, Aquila, my child. You're going to need to play this game to get it out of your system. Something stupid like that. I never understood that man's entertainment preferences. Still, all's well that ends well. You did a braw job there. I'm impressed, laddie. Can't you speak with a normal accent? What is braw? You and your elf speak. Oh my god, Stella is rotting my brain away. It's leaking out of my ears. Aye, and you more than deserve that reward, I promised. Finally, language I can comprehend. Loot, rewards, and gold. That's all I care about. That's what I can comprehend. I'll have them open up the treasure chamber. Ho, ho, ho. Oh, sweeter words have never been spoken by mortal tongues. Oh, the royal treasure chambers. That is what I'm talking about. Just help yourself. Oh, sweeter words have been spoken. Take it all if you want. Sweetest words. Oh my god, King Scott, I will lay down my life for your treasure chambers. I swear my fealty on the gold that you may give me. Just climb the stairs behind the throne and go outside. East from there, you'll see the treasure chamber. Nice. Crivens, I almost forgot. I've opened up the eastern checkpoint again. Oh, with the bridge! Yes, those wonderfully helpful people that gave me directions. I will say, you have wonderful loyal subjects, King Scott. They'll be like, oh, you're looking for the Piccadilly over to the other side of town. You just need to go over there, cross the bridge. It's just north. You can't miss it. They were so helpful. It was great. It was closed while all that stramish with the knight was going on. I don't know what a stramish is, but I'm going to say it's an incident, shall we say. There's a big town beyond the checkpoint. Could be an interesting place for you to visit on your travels. Another town. I can't wait. Well, I can wait, but I'm not going to. Maybe. We'll have to see. Who knows what's going to happen? Well. What? Why are we staring at each other? Oh, a royal bow. I bow myself to you in turn, princess. I hope you have a safe journey. Well, with the promise of a hearty-filled stomach and wallet that your royal coffers are going to give me, I'm sure I'll be able to manage. And maybe you'll stop in Stornway again sometime. You'll always be welcome here, Dynne. That is what I love to hear. I shall turn this place into my base of operations. This will be the heart of my new flock. I shall guard this place with my life. This is fantastic. Truly, truly amazing. Let's go get the loot. The loot I was promised. Bolts, this is our time to shine. Break the barrels first. $12. Nice, that'll pay for my inn fee tonight. That's great. I am very glad. Maybe they can just have a dead drop arranged. Just like every day, they can put $12 in one of the barrels, and I just can be like, got my $12. That'll be perfect. What is in here? Blue, red, red, and red. And another blue. I want the blue first. Magic water. Oh my god, the tears of a god. I can absolutely drink those, ignore the saltiness, and then restore my magic by 30 points. That's great. A moonwort bulb. Oh my god, I forget what those do. What do moonwort bulbs do again? An antidote to paralysis that unfreezes an ally. If I was frozen and paralyzed, I could unparalyze myself. It's like a cherry berry from Akila's favorite video game, Pokemon Conquest. Chest number 1. A phial of aggressence. I don't know what aggressence is. Well, I mean, I know what aggressence is, but Dynne doesn't. What is it? Bag. What is it? Aggressence. An extract composed of the vigorous verve for victory. Alchemize it. Oh, I will do it eventually. I'll do something with it eventually. Not right now, though. What is in chest number 2? $1,000. Oh my god, that's like an entire whole deposit that I could give to the bank. I am $150 short from doing 3,000. What's in the big chest? This is on a plinth, a dais, a raised medium of stone. Open the chest. Wow, a gold rosary. I will say, gold rosaries, they're pretty rare. Or, well, they're not rare, but you can't buy them anywhere, and you can only get them from stealing them or rare drops from certain enemies that we haven't encountered yet. So, hold on to that one for like an extra 20 minutes. I might put it to a certain use. What does it actually do? I don't actually know what it does. It's an accessory. Dynne, you're going to be our guinea pig. You have a gold ring. What does it do? I never did give the bracer. What does the bracer do? An extra point of defense. What is the rosary? A holy helping hand that slightly heightens magical mending. 7 points. Pretty nice. Charles, your magical might. I'm gonna give Bolts the gold bracer because that's 3 more points of defense, which is pretty good. So you can have that. And then I'm also going to give. I'm gonna give, obviously, the magical mending accessory to Nuts because she's all about that, not that button, all about that magical mending. So you can equip that, and that's pretty good. I will definitely handle that. That's real nice. I'll take that. So that, I will say, is a good little set of rewards from the king. Can I have more stuff? Evidently, I cannot, but that's fine. That's fine. $1,000, some water, and a gold rosary. King Scott, you have proven your worth time after time, 5 times over with all of your stuff. What about you? You look different. I am the Colonel, leader of all the soldiers of Stornway. Now the wounds I sustained from the White Knight have healed, I can finally serve my king again. I am grateful to you for all your assistance. Thank you, Dynne. Well, don't thank me. Thank Nuts. She's the only reason we stayed on task long enough to actually accomplish this. Normally, we share the brain cells, but, you know, sometimes Nuts has to take hold. Because even though she's clinically insane, she's, you know, a high-functioning, clinically insane woman. Did I read those books? How do I get in there? Did I go into this room? I don't believe I did. Sorry, you want to know where the checkpoint is? Why, even an absent-minded mathematician like myself can tell you that. Well, actually, I actually do know where it is. Just head northeast from Stornway. Follow the river and you'll come to it soon enough. Well, thank you, my good sir. Ooh, you have a quest. I want to read your books first. There's a book called The Reign of King Nonus. Dynne takes it from the shelf and has a closer look. In Stornway's long and glorious history, it is said that our 9th ruler, King Nonus, because, you know, 9, Nonus, they had a numeric system thing going on. He was by far the most loved by his people. His time on the throne is rather a mystery, however. No record has been found of what life was like back in that long ago era. I wonder what secrets he was hiding, because no one wipes the history books clean, unless, of course, there's something filthy within. There's no books of interest. What do you want, good sir? I found the most intriguing book amongst a collection of ancient volumes. I can hardly contain myself. The problem is, though, a crucial part of it is blacked out entirely. Well, don't signal that out. It'll be bad, I guess. I don't suppose you have any magic water, do you? Believe it or not, the king gave me magic water. How convenient. Don't tell anyone, but I can make a special concoction out of magic water that erases black ink. It's a marvelous concoction. I used it back in the day as a blackmail mechanic, but then I got my path straightened out. I went on the straight and narrow, good sir, my young son. Child, you are I can't tell, you have very gray hair. Your hair is grayer than mine. However, mine is balding. You have a full head of hair. I'm going to call you young rather than you are an old soul. Anyway, the magic ink. The reason why I developed it is because I needed to, wipe certain records clean of indiscretions. You don't get to walk the straight and narrow without taking a bit of a twisted road to get to that straight and narrow. I'm going to not incriminate myself any further. You've received a quest request. Will you put yourself to the test? Quest number 8, don't cry over spilt ink. An old man in Stornway Castle wants you, not like that, to bring him some magic water. All you have to do is make a god cry. He says he needs to remove some black ink from a very important sounding book. Well, I shall gladly accept because I have it in my pocket already. Oh, I can't thank you enough. The name's Ernin, by the way. I'll be waiting. Magic water doesn't exactly grow on trees, but I'm sure you'll come across some somewhere on your travels. Believe it or not, my travels have taken me to the 3rd floor of the castle, and I have acquired it very conveniently. Oh yes, and you mustn't mention anything about this book to the king. It's a secret to everyone, okay? I cannot allow him to know that means exist that can help him clean the record books. Certain things must never be forgotten. Oh, the plagues. You've acquiesced to the quest. Don't cry over spilt ink. Awesome. Fantastic. I shall do this. And by do this, I mean leave immediately to talk to him on the other side, so we have a legally distinct position. I don't know why that's important. Well, if I'm not mistaken, that's some fine magic water you got there, lad. Hand it over. Give Ernin the magic water. Yes, I will do so this very instant. Thanks ever so much, youngster. Now, if we just mix the magic water with a little bit of my secret formula, I can devise the recipe for the secret Krabby Patty. There we go. And now, if we just sprinkle a little bit over the pages. Oh yes, that's the ticket. The ink's all gone. And now we can see what it says underneath. Wonderful. Wait, no, I used too much. The sprinkles got out of control and I'm melting away the ink that I needed to read. Oh no. Just kidding, that's what an old man would call a gaff and a jape. I pulled your leg there, young whippersnapper. Let's see what this ancient tome has to tell us about the history of Stornway. King Nonus's history, perhaps. Look at this. It's an illustration of an old coin. There's the coat of arms of Stornway, and this here is, well, I never. Fascinating. Absolutely smashing, dear boy. Yes, oh yes, this is quite the interesting development indeed. Oh, here you go. By the way, this is for the trouble. A seed of magic. You have given me this old man's magic seed. I will take this and consume it in the long distant future. Trust me. Trust me. Trust me, my gentle viewer. Do not consume your seed just yet. Save them. Guard them with a fervor that defies divine intervention. Keep them in your pockets. Don't plant them. Don't consume them. They're not like traditional sunflower seeds. They don't work like that. Do you need any more? You're still blue. This design is from a coin a good 3 centuries old. Oh, 300 years ago. Oh, the good old days when all I had to worry about was my shrub. Oh, I didn't have to worry about bouts of dysentery or white knights or deadly demons. Oh, it was just, branches got out of control, and I just spent the next 3 weeks carefully tending to the out-of-place shrub thorns. Simpler times. And it's decorated with the crest of Stornway and that of another kingdom that I don't recognize, probably Brigadoon. So Stornway must have had an alliance somewhere with someone long forgotten. I don't understand. If such an ally existed, why are there no records of them? Probably because the, terrifying mommy devil who wanted to give me puff puffs probably was just like, I am going to destroy all of the books because if I can't read them, then no one can. Morag can't read. That's why she was so upset and tried to destroy everything, because she just couldn't contemplate the words. She couldn't read poetry. Nice one, Dynne. Looks like everyone here thinks you're the flea's knees now. Flea's knees? Fleas don't have knees. Stella, what? Bees' knees. They're the bees' knees. It's bees' knees because they're winged animals and insects. I mean, I realize a lot of things have wings. Like the bird's knees. But birds have hollow bones. Ergo, the bird's knees, they're hollow knees. They're not good. They're not sturdy. They're not sturdy enough to bear the weight of the world. Bees, on the other hand, they're so fat, yet they fly anyway. Despite their plump, chunky body, they're still able to fly. Of all of the insects and animals that exist in the Protectorate, the honeybee is the best. Mainly because they have wings, we have wings. It works. They pollinate flowers, they spread joy and cheer. They're the best. Check it out. What am I checking out? Benevolescence as far as the eye can see. I see none of it. I am blind to this. Oh, forgot you can't see it. What a flapping idiot. I will throw you into the moat. And if you know anything about ancient medieval moats, you do not ever, ever, ever want to go into a medieval moat. Because that is where all of the crap goes. Figuratively and literally, they dump dead bodies, because if you didn't know, medieval castles, they had bathrooms, but the bathrooms were literally just a hole in the wall, and all of the stuff, all of the leavings would just go out of that hole, down the side of the castle, and straight into the moat. It would be like taking a nosedive into a septic tank. It's not good. Stella, I will throw you into the moat and you will never, ever get rid of the stench or the stains. I will permanently slander you with smells if you dare. I'm sure the Almighty will notice what we've been up to now anyway. We'll be back in the observatory in no time, you'll see. We'd better, stupid little elf. We'd best flat-foot it back to the Starflight Express then. Ready to rumble and roll, Dynne? No, I'm not. I need to go to bed. I need to get some food. I need to take a nap and then get more food because I'm hungry right now. But by the time I wake up, I want more food. I'm gonna get soup. I want some of Erin's soup. It's the only good food we've had in this entire journey. I love soup so much. No, I don't want to go. What? You're not thinking of visiting that town old King Scott mentioned, are you? This isn't the time and this isn't the place. Well, how do you know? Just forget it. We're supposed to be going back to the observatory, so let's hurry up. No, I need to take a nap and get some soup. Nothing is more important than me getting soup. I'm going to get that soup no matter what. No matter the cost, Stella, you stupid fairy, I am going to get soup. Erin, I've got money and I need soup. Wow, a close-up. The soup is gonna be great today. French onion. Oh my God, I love French onion. Erin, you're an absolute gem. Where did you get French onions? Does France exist in the Protectorate? God, I'm so glad I'm not a guardian of France because I would never last a day. Oh, hi, Dynne. Welcome back. We got a special chef's special today. It's a double special. It's French onion soup. Everyone's talking about how the mysterious wandering minstrel Dynne saved Stornoway. You should hear them all ramble on about your praises. Oh, well, I mean, they're very right, too. I am very handsome. The hair is a natural color, and it's not because I'm ancient. It's because my soul is very old. My body is youthful, but my mind is ancient, and it reflects in my hair. Wisdom is stored in the hair, as Epis Major used to say. You've become quite the celebrity, I must say. I'm getting quite a lot of attention just because I'm friends with you. Ah, riding off of the coattails of your betters, I see. Well, that is perfectly fine. As members of my flock, my success is your success. Oh, yes, before I forget, I found this when I was cleaning out the cellar. What? It's a crock pot full of French onion soup. It's a pot for doing alchemy. Oh, so close. I wanted to cook French onion soup in it. Apparently, an impoverished alchemist left it to pay off his bill ages ago. I'm not sure how you use it, but it's a nice looking old thing, so I thought I'd pop it up here to brighten the place up a bit. Oh yes, very tasteful, very tasteful. Almost as tasteful as the French onion soup. We've gotten fresh cheese imported straight from the local farm. They got this wonderful cow that makes the best mozzarella you could ever dream of. It's delicious, perfectly stretchy, perfectly melty. It'll give you a hot, melty mouthfeel. It'll be great. Got it straight from Hateno Village. Sorry, where? I don't know that name, Aaron. You wouldn't know about it. It's far away in a different world. It's beautifully made as well. Yep, I've got a good feeling about this old thing. Can I use it? I will use it after I take a nap. Aaron, I need to nap. I'm going to consume your French onion soup as soon as we wake up. Questers rest. I'm going to stay the whole night because that's the way we do it. Right. That is correct. Okay, now I can actually talk about the things that we have acquired. This thing is called the Crockpot, and, well, it's extremely important in, Dragon Quest IX. It's extremely important. Ah, phew. Ah, phew. What? Asleep? Goodness gracious. What an absurd suggestion. Absolutely not. Oh, and you're able to hear my dulcet tones, it seems. How fortunate for you. Meet the master of metamorphosis, the magical monarch of mutation, the tin pot king of alchemy himself, Crackpot. Oh, I thought it was Crockpot. Ah, I'm never gonna get my French onion soup out of you, or am I? Alchemy, my boy, is the ancient art of mixing items together to create something that exceeds the sum of its parts. And I offer this splendid service at little or no cost. No, thank me later. That is, you do want to use me, I take it. I very much absolutely wish to avail myself of your services, Crackpot. Yes, I do. You do? Excellent. Oh, not that I had any doubt that you would say yes, of course. You're clearly aching to get alchemizing, which means it's high time we get started cooking something up. Oh, but I must give you the first, naturally. This first, what? The Alchemnomicon. The Book of Alchemy. He learns the recipes for strong medicine, special medicine, and superior medicine. He also learns the recipes for strong antidote, special antidote, and soft wart. The Alchemnomicon is now accessible from the Battle Records menu. Another record of 1,000,000 more items that we can now make. That 100% goal that's not really a goal, and we'll see what we do, is getting ever and ever further away. The Alchemnomicon is an indispensable tome that allows the alchemist to record and replicate recipes for oodles and oodles of exciting items. You only have a meager repertoire of items and recipes at the moment, but scour the bookshelves of the world and that will soon change. Therein lies the true treasures of alchemy, the juicy secrets of the occult art. But we mustn't let ourselves get carried away. No. Even the most eminent of alchemists started from humble beginnings. So the first item on the agenda is to select your method of alchemy. If I may, I would recommend alchemicizing a recipe. I shall gladly do this. This is alchemy, and if you have no idea what alchemy is, you should have gotten a fairly intense lesson by the Crockpot's words. By combining multiple items, you can create new items. I'm going to use a recipe. All of my recipes. There are a significant amount of recipes. A lot of recipes. I am going to start off by combining a few of my medicinal herbs into strong medicine. These are the screens and all of the knowledge you'll need. Top screen at the moment is all of the recipes that you have found and obtained through whatever means you have. But on the bottom screen, this is the all-important recipe. This will be where you have all of the things that you need. All of your ingredients will be here. So for this one, to make a strong medicine, you'll need count them, 2 medicinal herbs. We have 20 of them, so that is very good. I will combine these. So you want to pop all the necessary ingredients into the pot and get cooking, eh? I absolutely do. How many shall I cook up? Right. You have the option to make up to 9 at any given point, which is fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. And of course, based on how many you do, it will scale based on what you have. So 1, it only needs 2. But 2, you need 4. And then 6 and 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, all the way up to 18. 9 is the maximum amount of any single recipe that you can make at any given time. So long as, of course, you have all of the requisite ingredients. I will make 8 of them. Splendid! I'll toil and trouble myself to make 8 strong medicines then. I plop in all of my medicinal herbs and out pops a strong bushel of strong medicine, 8 of them precise. Dynne acquires some strong medicines. Choose the recipe for the item you're hoping to cook up now. That is absolutely fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I am going to make, as well as my strong medicine, I'm going to make 2 special medicines. Yes, I will. I will get cooking. Make 2 of them, please. Toil and trouble and make myself 2 special medicines then. Alchemize them. Combine them into this box that I'd put on my windowsill. 2 special medicines. Very good, very good. And now I also want to make... I believe I want to make a superior medicine. Yes, I do. Plop all of these into the ingredient pot and get cooking. I only need 1 of these. Yes. Alchemize them. You can mix, of course, different ingredients together to varying results. Superior medicine. Fantabulastic. I will gladly take this. And that is what I want to make right there. And if we go back out a few menus, I don't want to go into all recipes. How will you be conducting your alchemy? This is what we wanted. Yes, of course. In this main menu, before you choose to alchemize any particular item, you have 2 options about how to go about it. You can either use a recipe or you can try your luck. Pick a recipe from the Alchemicon and get cracking. If you have a recipe and you have the ingredients, you can just do this. It's really easy and simple. But you also have this option, the try your luck option. Take potluck with your own pick of ingredients. If you have omniscient external knowledge, you can do this option and you might be able to get something pretty cool. And I am absolutely, for one particular reason, going to show off exactly what this allows me to do. If I combine, well, because it's try your luck, you can literally combine whatever you want and see whether or not you get, you know, a successful alchemicalized concoction. You can do whatever you want to whatever end. If you don't know what you're doing, you're probably going to fail. I, however, have knowledge. I am going to combine one of my strong medicines. I'm going to do 1 of them. I am also going to do 1 moonwort bulb. Yes. I am also going to do 1 superior medicine, right? I believe it's 1 of each. Yes, yes, I had to consult with the ancient tomes. Superior medicine, yes. One of each of those. I only have one, so that's good. Ready to pop those in and let me get bubbling? Yes. If you combine strong medicine, moonwort bulb, and superior medicine, what? Oh dear, I'm afraid I don't seem to be able to make anything with that particular combination. Excuse me? Have the tomes lied to me? Tomes, are you lying to me, tomes? Special medicine, superior medicine, moonwort bulb. Did I do the wrong? Am I the idiot? Moonwort bulb. I would like to add one of them. Yes, one moonwort bulb. I also need special medicine. Did I do strong medicine? I think I'm the idiot. Oh no, I think I'm the idiot. Well, I mean, everyone knew that. Sorry, I'm the idiot, I think. Yes, bubble these. There we go. Yeah, I am the idiot. I apologize. Perfect. This allows me to get the panacea. I did not know the recipe for this, but by consulting the ancient omniscient external tomes, I've learned this recipe. I have acquired the panacea. That is very good. If you know, like I said, what recipe requires which ingredients and you happen to have them on you, you can, of course, straight up alchemize them, which is pretty good. There is a few more recipes that I want to do, and I believe I have enough ingredients for it. I want to put in 3 moonwort bulbs, and that's it. Alchemize. Ready to pop them in and get bubbling. Yes, indeed. You should have more than enough moonwort bulbs to make this particular item, the Lunaria. It's not helpful in and of itself. However, it will allow me to make even more and more alchemized ingredients because so many recipes for so many items are just massive alchemy trees. You put in item X to get item Y, and then you combine item Y with items A and B, and then you get item Z. And then you can combine item Z with a bunch of other things to make a bunch of other things. It's pretty in-depth. I will try and give as much knowledge about those things as possible, but at the moment, it's not important. One of my goals, I will say this outside of the video, or well, not outside of the video, but like breaking the fourth wall a minute. I need to cancel this for a second. At some point throughout this adventure, whoops, thanks ever so much, old boy. I shall look forward to seeing you again. At some point during this adventure, I will be making like a comprehensive guide about alchemy and like what you can make with all of the ingredients and what you can do with so many items and all of their uses and where to find them and easy ways to get them. It'll be a pretty comprehensive look at, you know, the entire process of alchemy. Right now, it'll be like a pretty bare bones experience, like in this particular episode. But in the future, I will be going into pretty good detail about all the mechanics of that. But that's not for a while. Honestly speaking, you don't really need to know a lot about alchemy. Most of the recipes that you're going to be finding over the course of reading the bookshelves that you find in the world, if you're diligent, you'll be able to get all of the recipes that you'll need. You don't need to go super crazy with the alchemy, like min-maxing to get everything you need to beat the game. It's not that difficult of a game. But if you occasionally check your inventory for items that you can maybe combine in alchemy, you'll be better off for it. But it's not a hard requirement. I would like to try my luck yet again. And over the course of that conversation, you did see that I went into my inventory and took off Boltz's Divine Dagger. That is because of a very specific reason. You're not limited to just normal items like medicines and antidotal herbs and panaceas and all of that. You can actually alchemize equipment as well as items. So weapons, shields, headpieces, torso pieces, arms, legs, feet, accessories. You can alchemize a lot of equipment, and we will be doing that right now. If we can combine our Divine Dagger, the only one that we have, and then we combine it with where are they? 2 coagulants. I only need 2 of them. Luckily, you can find those very easily right outside of Stornway. Super easy to get. And I also combine, where did it go? My Manky Mud. This is one of the reasons why I went out of my way east of Zir. No, it was east of Brigadoon. East of Brigadoon on that plateau to get the Manky Mud because I need this dangerous dirt that's totally toxic. Alchemize it for a specific recipe. I only need one of them, which is really lucky, and I'm really thankful that we did get one of them from that Brigadoon place. So we got the items. I will alchemize them. In they all go, and out pops a new item, a poison moth knife. Dynne acquires a poison moth knife. You'll need to choose the ingredients. I believe for the moment, that is going to be the end of my alchemizing for today. I got a brand new item for bolts, as well, of course, as getting panacea, which I will need for an immediate use immediately. But first, we need to equip the knife back on bolts, because now that we've gotten rid of our divine dagger, and we have got a new pretty good upgrade, because we jump up from 43, now that we've unequipped the weapon, all the way up to 77 damage. Very nice. Very, very nice. It looks terrifying to hold, because, like, look at that thing. Look at that thing. That thing is a beastly. You get shanked by that, and you are dead in an instant. And, as the poison moth knife is a new weapon, it also has a new effect. A knife that's known to paralyze its prey part of the time. Occasionally, there is a small chance when wielding this particular knife that you will paralyze any enemy you attack with it. So it's very, very good to have. It's a nice little upgrade. And since you can buy the divine daggers in the weapon and shop in Stornway, and you can get, you know, the coagulant right outside Stornway, and then just go east of Brigadoon to get the Manky Mud, it's a nice little upgrade if you're using knives. I heavily recommend making that if you have the means, and you should very easily get your hands on the means. But before we wrap up this episode today, we need to talk to Mr. Blonde and Glasses. He's glassed up because he has glasses, because hey, you're a traveler, aren't you? Pleased to meet you. The name's Bill. I'm traveled far and wide. I used to reside in Kanto, but taxes got the property values in Kanto just skyrocketed after they built that giant city in Celadon. God, could you believe they got rid of the casinos in Celadon, and then the property values, they just skyrocketed. I couldn't afford to live there anymore. So now I'm in Stornway. Sorry, you probably don't care about adult taxes. You seem like the type who doesn't really care about taxes. I have an eye for that sort of thing. Do you want to go into a business proposition? Sorry, we'll talk about business later. I came to Stornway in search of a panacea. It's like I know what I'm doing. That said, it's to cure all of ills and all of ailments. I don't suppose you feel up to making some, do you? You know, with that old alchemy trick that I'd heard about? I'd give you a gleben guinea in return. You have received a quest request. Will you put yourself to the test? With quest number 4, pick me up a panacea. Bill, a scholar and technical genius from Stornway, formerly Celadon City, wants you to make him some panacea. Apparently, you can make it using alchemy. Well, luckily for you, my billion-dollar friend, I am a genius at a Celestrian, and I have the power of foresight. One does not become a Celestrian of my renown without having some precognition abilities. I will gladly accept your most ridiculous request. You'll give it a go? Nice one. Let me jot down the recipe for you then. I am way ahead of you. Dynne learns the recipe for panacea. See, if you were like me and consulted the tomes, you would know this. But if you don't want to consult the tomes or don't have access to the omniscient tomes, you can learn the recipe from Bill, the wonderful dude. Bill the broker, he brokes things. You've acquiesced to the quest. Pick me up a panacea. Luckily for you, I literally already have one, because me having things is the name of the game today. Oh, is that what I think it is? The panacea I've been waiting for? So you've managed to make some. Will you swap it for a gleben guinea like we agreed? Abso-freaking-lutely, my friend. Oh, thank you ever so much. This'll be a huge help, that's for sure. Hopefully whatever ails you can be cured with my incredibly potent panacea. Maybe that's not quite enough, considering all you've done. I know, here, have a look at my favorite recipe book. Bill shows Dynne a book called On-Trend Accessories You Can Alchemize at Home, 1001 New Recipes. Dynne learns recipes for a strength ring, some slime earrings, and a bow tie. He also learns recipes for an agility ring, a prayer ring, and a life ring. Success. The pick-me-up panacea quest has been transgressed with finesse. That is fantastic. We got a bunch of new recipes, an absolute metric butt ton. Do not get complacent with your recipes or don't set false expectations. You will very, very rarely get as many recipes as that in a single go. Normally, books on shelves, they'll maybe have like 1 or 2. You'll find recipes all over the place in every nook and corner and cranny of the world, but you won't get a lot of them in a single go. Before we leave off this episode, I just very briefly want to look at the requirements for those recipes that we got just very recently. All recipes. The poison moth knife. If you do happen to make a recipe using ancient tomes, you will have the recipe for it, so you can make it easily. So if you know the recipes, you know the recipes, and you can do it super easily. So there's no trouble like that. The strength ring. What do I need to make the strength ring? The gold ring. Ooh, an aggressence. Luckily for us, we already have a bottle of aggressence from our rewards from King Scott. Ooh, the gold ring. I can make slime earrings. I might gold ring. Ooh. We don't have the ability to make both of these. The bow tie, I do not have grubby bandages, nor butterfly wings. If I fought a bunch of enemies, I could get butterfly wings if I wanted to. The agility wing, I don't believe I can make that even if I wanted to. And the prayer ring, I do not have Sage's elixir. And the life ring requires the prayer ring and Resurrocks, which are a ways away, trust me on that. But as you can see, this is a good example of what I was talking about how different recipes are used to make other recipes. I need to have a prayer ring to make a life ring, but I need a gold ring to make a prayer ring. So it's like this entire cascading tree of items that you need. So definitely, I will say this, as a final bit of advice for this episode, do not ever sell your crap unless you know explicitly that you don't need it for alchemy, because you need a lot of stuff for alchemy. So honestly, you don't get a lot of money for selling items in the first place, so hoard everything, because there's like a 90% chance that it's useful in alchemy in some way, so you definitely want to keep it. Lunaria. Oh, I never did talk about what this does. It's an antidote that cures paralysis for a single ally and restores 90 HP. So if you have a few spare moonwort bulbs, I believe you can buy those in places. So if you want to just combine a bunch of moonwort bulbs, that's pretty good. And panaceas, I never did talk about what they actually, make. A remedy that removes poison and paralysis and restores around 90 HP. So these are some pretty good heal and cure-alls. Really overkill at this point, considering we only have like 50 HP, 60 HP. This is essentially a full heal at this point in the game, but that is neither here nor there. We do not need to worry about alchemy for the foreseeable future right now, because honestly, we're just lacking a lot of resources. Items, weapons, equipment. We're going to need to accumulate quite the hoard of items. But all of that will come in the future, because we are wrapping it up here for today. Not a lot of actual progress, because we had a lot of mechanical stuff to talk about in terms of items and fighting and enemies and economicons, but that's fine. We're going to enjoy some lovely French onion soup, fresh break bed. The beds are freshly broken in. Sorry, Aaron, I broke your bed. I think, well, not your bed. Well, I mean, you own the inn, so all of them are your beds. I broke the bed. Don't worry, I'll pay for it. Bolt's got a bit wily last night. She was counting out the gold from the King Scott's treasury, so I'm just like, she got a bit crazy. I will pay for it. Let it be a lesson to Bolts that, next time she breaks crap, it's coming out of her own paycheck. So, sorry. We'll get it sorted. I'll get the French onion soup, I'll get the payment for the bed, and it'll be good. Very, very good. So, next episode, we're going back to the Starflight Express, because Stella, the elf in our head with the pink floral wallpaper, is like, you need to go to the train. I need to go to the train. The season finale of Lost is playing on the train screen. The train is the only place that has signal to the almighty station of television. It's a big thing. Stella needs to get back there. We'll get back there on the next episode. So whether you watched this episode full of alchemy nonsense for 30 seconds or the entire thing, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you on the next episode. Later.